Let's toast to start the podcast
That's
off.
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. This is Pull Up. This is Pull Up with CHILLW. It's a podcast, man, amongst friends, about friends. It's a brand new thing, man, you know, and we're just doing this because we enjoy it, man. We're doing it because we wanted to create a platform for not only us, but our friends and our people that and our collaborators, and people that we people that just we genuinely think are good people, man, in and around the Atlanta area. Ain't gotta be from Atlanta, but hey, man, the energy and the vibe is pull up, man. Pull up on us, man. Pull up on CHILLW. And today we had Trey Stevens pull up on us.
I pulled the fuck up.
He pulled all the way up, man. Trey, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. So, all right, let me give him a little introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, that nigga.
All right.
He was like, all right,
I'll take that. Okay. I'm gonna take that. Okay, I'm gonna take that.
I don't know. I don't want
When in Rome.
I was gonna say some other things,
When
but I
in
don't want to
Rome.
put you out there like that.
When in
But Trade is an artist. He's a recording artist that I met here. He actually pulled up to one of my shows where TLee was playing. We was all doing a whole family vibe thing. You know what I'm saying? I was up there with my brother. And Trey pulled up to the show. It was my EP release for Will with the exclamation. Go get that, by the way. Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. Anyway, and Trey pulled up on us, and he saw the show. You know what I'm saying? After that, you know, we tapped in with each other. He wanted to work on some music, so we kind of we got together that way. And you know, and he was about his business. He was a man of his word. He was a good person. He was a great person to work with. Person who you know, stuck with us and believed in us and allowed us to kind of help shape and create and mold his sound. And you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you for that, man. And we just want to welcome you to the podcast, man. Welcome you to the pod.
I am so humbled, and cheers to you, CHILLW.
Hey.
TLee. We got to give our
Money and T in the back.
Yes, we got Money T in the back, doing wonderful things. You know,
There's a reason why There's a reason why T's in the back, y'all.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to that later, man. But it's the reason why T's in the back. We got to figure this out. We brand new, y'all. Y'all just gotta give us love.
Share the screen.
Give us grace. Give us grace. But anyway, go ahead.
Let me just say this, because
talk to us.
One of the things that I have to say about both of you, and I didn't expect this to happen.
Okay, what's that?
That I would meet two upstanding gentlemen about the work, about the business.
Yeah.
And I've been in and out of music for a very long time. And in many ways, I had thought, you know what, I'm going to not even think about music. And when I met you guys, part of my goal and agenda was just to record some tracks to possibly shop around.
Right. And we were like, yo, this is good, bro.
That was that, and the thing about it is, that was what was really magical about our relationship.
Right.
When you and TLee said to me, Trey, you need to sing your own music. Me being where I am in my life, music is not priority.
Right.
It is there. It's in my
right.
heart. It's in my mind. It's in my conscience. I hear the music. I hear lyrics. Everything, harmonies, all the time. But I put that back on the back burner, and I thought, you know what? Let me just write, and let me just do this right here. And when I met. And I said, let me check these brothers out. I'm always meeting with producers, see what they can come up with. I threw a song at y'all. Y'all shot that song back at me. And I was like, yep, quick, fast, in a hurry. And the first thing I said, okay, these mofos got magic. They got magic.
When you got that glow.
Y'all got that glow. Right. And that was serious.
Appreciate you.
And I also knew that you guys were like, well, what is this guy trying to do?
Yeah.
What is he trying to do? You know, he's talking about he's done this and he's done that. He's been here, he's been this. What is he trying to do? But in the moment that you and TLee said to me,
right,
Trade, you need to sing your own music, that moved me. That really touched me, because I really, my esteem was my self-esteem. I was thinking, I'm not going to touch that.
Right.
I'm not going to deal with that.
Right.
But when you said that, and when you said to me, I got you, I'll help you.
Facts.
I'm going to go in the studio with you. Y'all know he's an engineer. He's a songwriter. He is a showman. He came in there. had me locked down like cell block D up in that booth.
Trey tried to walk out. Trey tried. T, did I tell you that? Trey tried to walk out.
Yeah,
He tried to walk out on me a couple of times. We was working on a project, and he feeling some kind of way. And I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, you gotta just keep going, ride with me, man, ride with me. He told me, man, he was like, well, let's just take a break. I said, okay, take your break. Take your break. And then when I come back, and I'm letting him take a nice long break.
You did.
I let him take a nice long break. I came back from the break, and I'm like, you ready? He was like, I think I'm gonna just call it short. I said, nigga, hell nah. Said, you better get in the booth, dog.
You better get in the booth. But you know what you said? This is what you said. Just because you can afford to pay this shit don't mean that you're going to waste your money doing it.
Right.
You're going to fucking sing today.
Right. You're going to sing today. Don't waste this time.
Today. And I was like, okay, I needed that.
Because people ain't got it like that to be spending money like that. And you know what I'm saying? That's a blessing.
And I've worked hard to get to this point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to have that kind of support. And people don't really understand. And then TLee, I'm saying this to you too. And I know you get it too. And y'all get it as being artists and what have you. Lots of times it takes somebody to say, you need to do this.
Right.
You need to get yourself together.
You're
here. You don't pay for this. We don't come up with these hot tracks. You get your butt in there and do what you need to do to contribute.
Facts.
You're a general, and I'm always saying that about you.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm calling you a young lion too, because you got that fire too, and you got that roar in you.
Hey.
That's it, right? And I'm looking at the musicianship and the amazing skills that TLee brings to the table as well.
T is a freaking beast.
Exactly.
T is a monster.
Exactly. Y'all came up with 4 hot tracks for me. And I remember sitting in the studio telling y'all, me being in one of my emotional moments there, y'all created a beautiful sound for me. And y'all gave me my confidence back.
Man, we appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? And that means a lot, especially for someone like myself who the highs and lows of being in this business for a very long time. When I say long time, I've been as a kid performing, and then as an adult moving to New York City back in the 90s, going through the ups and downs, getting signed, getting dropped, doing all this craziness, and going, you know what? I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Right.
But y'all made me feel like I can do it again.
Right. Amen. Hey, we might cut this out just in case. T, make sure we're still recording. All right. And are we picking up enough of his vocal? Because I feel like his mic is real far away from him.
Is it far? I got a big mouth.
Yeah. Cool.
Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? It's big. Am I good? You need a bit closer? You sure?
There we go. I think that's good.
It's kind of limp. What's going on?
Head ass.
Okay. All right.
Head ass. All right, cool. We ready? All right, cool. All right, cool. I was just making sure.
All right.
All right. And just in case, we can cut that out. That's all good. All right, so what we talking about today, man? Throw something at us. What we talking about?
I feel special. Am I the first guest?
Oh, snap.
Because if I'm the first guest, that's amazing.
We don't know. I don't know what series.
Oh, here we
listen,
go.
Yes. Listen. The answer is yes.
Oh my God.
Listen, Trey. The answer is yes. You are the first guest. However, I just wasn't sure what series we were gonna drop.
Okay,
I wasn't
fair.
sure how we were gonna.
Fair. That's
we
fair.
might have did it.
But y'all
different,
heard that I'm
you know
the first
what I'm saying?
guest. Now,
Yeah,
how
but
they
he's
decide to
definitely the
roll
first
this
guest.
out. All
And
right.
we're gonna roll it out as we're gonna roll. Come on, man. We're not gonna do like that. Come on.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
Y'all got royalty, limited royalty, but y'all got royalty in the house. You know.
Hey, shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
royalty in the house, man.
it.
Everybody royalty, man.
That's
It's all black.
That's
It's all black royalty.
it.
Throw something at me, T. What we doing? Oh man. So this is a music. We talk about music here all the time, right? And just in case y'all didn't hear the question is how does the music? How do you feel? How has the internet impacted the music business? I mean, streaming. Look at the streaming, man.
Stream is crazy.
Streaming's nuts. We were talking about this earlier. I don't want to start putting all our business.
Streaming is done a lot of artists a disservice.
Facts.
You know, I think there are pros and cons to the internet. Pros and cons for someone like myself, who's in a position to actually do some things for myself. it can be beneficial to
Right.
to help build a brand and things of that nature.
It's a catch-22, man.
Yeah, the cons that you just have all
Yeah,
that
it's like
streaming. You're not making any money.
you're not gonna make no fucking money, but
crazy.
you're gonna get exposed.
Yeah.
You or potentially you have the opportunity to get exposed, and then they got this, with the editorial playlist that Spotify has now. It's like if you land on one of those, you up,
Right.
you up.
Right.
But even if you get 500,000 streams, 1,000,000 streams,
How are you gonna? Is that
You know
gonna be
what I'm
money? Is
saying?
that gonna be money?
that's
gonna be money?
it might be rent for a month, but you know what I'm saying? They
Maybe.
saying rent going up. The
Right.
median rent just went up.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue. That's the
Yeah, man.
downside to it. That is
Yeah.
the downside to it. You look at some of these artists today that are using the internet in a good way to make themselves and build their
Facts.
brand up,
Right.
and they're figuring out a way to license their music. They're figuring out a way to parlay that success into other things.
Now that's something
You know.
licensing. A lot of people don't know about licensing. You know what I'm saying? Licensing is hella important.
Really important.
Licensing, you can get a check. You can get a check real quick off the licensing, a big check.
Listen, I had my song "Take Me to a Place." Spike Lee licensed that. I get some good change from that every now and again.
Ooh,
I
okay.
get some good change from that every now and
Yeah.
again, and that was a big deal. That was a highlight for me.
A lot of indie musicians don't realize, man. If you get and I speak from personal experience, you get on a show, you get a record on a show, you gonna get a check. You gonna get a check in 6 to 9 months. Don't get it twisted.
Yep.
It's gonna
It could be a nice check.
It's gonna be a nice little check, but it's gonna take about 6 to 9 months.
Mhm.
And then your streams gonna go up if it's in regular rotation, man. So it's a good look all around.
All
man.
around.
And it's better than trying to chase artists. If you don't work in a studio environment or just got people around you like that, it's tough to get a placement.
Tough. It is
It's
really tough.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to DM every artist on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the things that I think some of the artists have to think about today, and I realize this about some of the acts today. For them, it is about trying to get on in a way that will allow them for instant success.
Right.
But see, I come from a time when it's about cultivating relationships.
Right.
It's about building a brand in itself. Everybody use that term brand so loosely now. Everybody's a brand. Everybody this, that, and the other. But it really takes some time to build a brand.
Right,
to build these relationships and things of that nature, so that you can have a career.
Right.
That's what I've found. Just in my day job, establishing those relationships. That's key to having a long-term success. That's key to having a career. When I look at you, when I think about TLee in particular too, y'all have careers. Y'all are working musicians.
Oh man, appreciate
It's not about being a star.
Yeah.
It's about being a working musician.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what it was about when I moved to New York City. It was about being a working musician. I wasn't thinking about being a star, because my attitude is if I were to have a hit, if I were to have somebody sing one of my songs or I did it, I'd be a star and I'd make money. But I wanted to work. And I wanted to build and cultivate relationships so that I could put myself in the position to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you said something about New York. I don't mean not to change the subject, but I was born in New York. Did you know that?
Yeah.
What part
Queens,
of,
right?
you
You're in
Queens, yeah.
yeah.
And what part of New York are you
I'm
at?
in Manhattan. I'm in the Harlem area.
Oh,
Harlem,
okay.
USA.
Turn up. Okay, Harlem USA. He gave everybody in Harlem a shout out. Shout out to Harlem. Shake 'em.
It is the only neighborhood. I'm gonna tell you now. It's the only neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's where it's at. Manhattan.
And speaking of relationships, I think we've had a conversation. You were signed at one point, right? Or
I was signed.
okay, talk to us about that.
I moved to New York City. It was, and I'll timeline it. It was about the 90s.
Okay.
Different time.
He said I'm a timeline.
I'm a timeline this.
Nigga.
Right? We talking. So we talking, timeline it, but it was the 90s. And at that time, let me tell you who the big artists were at the time. It was Usher. It was Maxwell. I think Jaheim. Yeah, Carl Thomas. Anybody with Bad Boy was what was happening at the time. So if you didn't bring that kind of energy to the table, you would have a hard time.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Right, exactly. You'd have a hard time.
Right.
But
so how did you get? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
That's okay. That's all right. So you do your rounds. You audition. You're doing things. You're performing. You're meeting people. A good friend of my sister, beautiful woman. She was just beautiful and gorgeous, and she was a model. And she was what I call one of my biggest fans.
Okay.
She would always come see me perform around the city or what have you. And she had met a manager who he liked her because she was a dancer, model, and things of that nature. But she was deciding that she was going to leave New York City and change her life
Right.
and do some other things.
Right.
She said, I know this real good guy. He can sing his ass off. You'll see him around town singing in New York City. He just did the Apollo. He's really talented.
Yeah.
Hooked up with him. He had me in front of Epic Records. He had me in front of J Records. All the labels that catered to especially black music at that time, and this was the 90s or what have you, he had me in front of these people.
Okay.
And I ended up getting signed.
This is your homie? This is just a guy?
He was a manager who liked acts. He heard my demo.
Yeah.
And they went crazy. They couldn't believe it was me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, at that time, you see me, I was very clean cut. I didn't sound like what look like what I sound. You know what I'm saying? This big voice and all this energy.
And so that he just walked you in. He just walked you in.
He had all the connections. Which is what you need. You have all the connections. You know what I'm saying? So he got up and he said, you got something.
Okay.
And we're going to sign you.
Facts.
Now, the cool thing about that is you're getting signed.
Right.
I don't reach my dream. This was around 2001.
Mm-hmm.
A few things happened that summer. We had 9/11 happen that summer.
Right.
Trade Stevens would get mugged that summer.
Oh, no.
And I would get signed that summer.
Oh, no. Tell us about the mugging. How did you get mugged? Wait. We got to. He tried to put that. He tried to put that shit in the middle.
Listen.
He tried to jam that shit in the middle.
I was.
He was like,
I was someplace I shouldn't have been.
Such and such happened.
I was someplace
all I heard was Trey Stevens got mugged.
I got mugged that year.
And then he went to 9/11. And I was like, nigga, wait, what?
A lot of things happened that summer. It was a crazy summer. It was a crazy summer.
You got to tell us about the mugging. How did that happen? So
I got mugged because I was looking at an apartment in the Bronx. I love the Bronx.
Yeah, you from? Okay,
I love the Bronx, and I was looking for an apartment.
You know you weren't supposed to be over there.
Right, and I was coming down one of these long subway stations and hallways or what have you, and I was listening, aging myself yet again, to a cassette, and it was Luther Vandross, and it was "Little Miracles Happen Every Day." And
bow!
Man, dude. I'm telling you, I was. Listen.
The soundtrack is what's doing it for me. It's the soundtrack for me,
I'll
dog.
never forget it because I'm listening to Luther and I'm trying to steal some notes.
Wait.
I'm telling you, dude. And I was listening to Luther. Little miracles happen. And dude came around. I'm like, right. And I was like, what the fuck? Now
that was your little miracle. They was
that
like,
was my little miracle, dude.
Get robbed.
Dude, it was crazy.
That's New York.
It was crazy. Right? And it was down like this one of these long train. I hear you back there, TLee. Fuck you.
Wait.
Let me finish. It was one of these long subway train hallways where it was empty.
Yeah.
So you had the headset on and you're walking with the cassette, and I'm trying to boost some notes from Luther. You know, I'm gonna use this when I sing my whatever. And dude, I didn't hear dude. You know what I'm saying? Because the song was blasting in my ear. And dude wrapped his arm right around my neck, and I could hear my larynx crush.
Dog.
And I felt it crush.
Oh, snap.
Now, mind you, I had always studied martial arts as a kid. My mother was really good about that with me.
Did it kick in?
It kicked in.
Okay.
Enough to get me away.
Okay.
Enough to break.
He said enough to get me away.
He was obviously on drugs.
That's what you needed.
And he was really strong, and he was tall. He was a very tall man, very strong.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like a buck, something wet. I was really, small guy. And I broke free.
Yeah.
And so it was such a tussle that the contacts in my eyes fell out because I was bucking with the dude. You know what I'm saying? But that in itself shifted so many things in my life. And I said, I'm not leaving Manhattan. I'm staying in Manhattan. I ended up staying of course, in Harlem or what have you. But that was an interesting summer for me.
Dog.
A very interesting summer.
That's wild. Shout out to you for not dying while getting mugged.
I went and enrolled into my martial
arts
school.
The soundtrack was doing it for me, man.
Little miracles happen every day.
Get got, nigga.
No.
Nigga Jack move.
That's
Hey.
exactly what it was.
And then oh my God, he tried to crush your larynx.
Yeah, I could feel it.
So
he knew what he was doing.
wait. So you said you had the martial. No, I need to know the move. Like how? Like what did you do to get away? How did you?
Well, there's a
how
couple
did
things
you?
that you can do. So you
Okay,
immediately
put us on.
when I felt and I heard
Put us on.
my throat.
I need to know
My
just in case.
throat.
I ain't never been mugged, but if I
had
ever
to
get mugged, I need to
reposition
make
myself.
sure that I.
Right, I had to reposition myself, and
Yeah.
I had to go down into his
Okay.
so that he couldn't grip too much.
First step
Right.
one.
Right, and I had to step behind him. So I had to
Okay,
figure
bet.
out a way to get behind him,
Okay.
so that I could knock him off balance.
Okay,
so
okay.
he could loosen his grip.
How you gonna get behind him though?
It's easy. Especially when you're
You
trained,
try to, like-
have to maneuver behind.
Okay, so you like
right. You maneuver, and the opportunity presented itself.
He must have not been strong.
No, he was very strong. Mind you, I'm short.
Okay.
And dude was tall like you. He was
Okay,
tall.
okay.
But I was able to maneuver myself because I was wiggling around
Right.
and everything.
Right. You was slimy.
I
You
was
slimy.
Right, everything, and I got behind him, and I managed to push. And once I got behind him and swept him, his grip loosened, and I was able to get away from him. So I had been training as a kid off and on as martial arts. My mother wanted to make sure that I could protect myself. And
You ain't want to give him like one or two. You ain't
no, I
want
wanted to get away.
Pow!
No, I wanted
You
to
just
get
want
away.
to get away.
I wanted to get away.
So shout out to you because my grandfather, right? My grandfather, shout out. Like I always say that the Dos Equis guy, he owed my grandfather a check because he sound like my grandfather. All those miracle things, like I promise y'all think like Chuck Norris, those Chuck Norris jokes. That's my grandfather. My mom's dad.
Yeah,
he's a miracle man. Anyway, he was about 5'5", and I can tell you,
my height. Yeah.
As this goes, I'm gonna tell you more about my family. But the quick part about this is he was a black belt in 5 different degrees.
Oh well, he was good.
Yeah, he was a badass. He was I think if I'm not mistaken, it was Kung Fu, Aikido, Hapkido, Judo, and Tai Chi. If I'm not mistaken. He lived to be like 94. He could move and kick your ass all the way up until he was 94. Anyway, I kid you not. So he taught me. He used to teach me little things. I used to try to go to kung fu. I did. I learned. I never became a black belt, but I learned a lot of. What do you call it? Katas. Katas. I learned a lot of katas and stuff like that. And so you know what I'm saying. Don't play with me. I will knock your teeth out, bro. Don't. Yeah,
I think your height is imposing enough on people.
I never been mugged. Nobody ever mugged me.
Who's gonna mug a 65-foot motherfucker? Who's gonna mug you? Who's gonna mug you?
Somebody
that can't get up there.
Right.
Up there.
I'm gonna choke you.
I'm gonna Come on now.
If I can get up there.
Right. If I can get up there. Yeah.
Hey, little man, stop playing with me. Stop tickling my neck.
That was an interesting summer for me, Will. Yeah. That was an interesting summer.
That's crazy. So okay, wait. So back to the kung fu thing, because I'm really into martial arts because of my grandfather, right? I give you 2 stories, man. I used to ask my grandfather all the time, Grandpa, teach me something. He used to never want to teach me. I was like, Grandpa, teach me something. He was like, all right. One day he was at my mom's house. He came to visit us at the apartment that we was living in, and when he was leaving, he was like, yo, I'm gonna teach you something when I leave. I'll teach you something when I leave. I was like, all right, bet. So as he's leaving, he was like, all right. I was like, Grandpa, you say you was gonna teach me something, man. You about to walk out the door, dog. Don't do me like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't lie to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I had to been like 11, 12. Anyway, he was like, no, I'll teach you, man. I said, okay. And I shook his hand, and I going for a hug, right? I don't even know how his hand got down there, but his hand got to my side, and the next thing I know, I was on the ground. I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!"
And you said he was a judo expert too.
And he was like, "Hey, I just taught you something.
There you go.
It's called the bear claw." I said, "Nigga, don't do that. You gonna bear claw me to death?"
He did the
Yo, it hurts so bad, bro. It hurts so bad. I don't know why he did me like that. Shout out to my grandfather. And the other story that I want to tell you real quick. So my grandfather got me a job at the Sam Houston racetrack, Sam Houston Tollway or racetrack. Like the horse racing, right? This is my first job, right? And I used to be like a what do you call it, attendant, like a brochure or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, I used to work at this little boots, and he was retired, so he would just work there just for the hell of it, right? Again, there's more to that. Like he wasn't just working at this. It's more to that.
More to it.
It's more to that. On some high,
Always more to
on some
it.
high level,
Always more
on some
to
high
it.
level like
Always to it.
espionage type
Okay,
shit.
okay.
Like he wasn't just
I
working.
remember you telling me. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, so he's working there, and some drunk guy gets belligerent with him and starts trying to like get because like these books or whatever in a racetrack, they have all the races, and so they need these the people who are gambling, they need these.
They need them.
So and they got to pay for them. So anyway, this guy said he decided he didn't want to pay for it. He tried to go out my grandfather. My grandfather older at this time. He's like in his 80s, mid 80s, right? And the guy, he cussing at my grandfather. My grandfather's like, "Hey, calm down."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was raised by niggas like
Simmer
this.
down.
I was raised by niggas, hey, simmer down. Calm down.
Simmer that shit down.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. This is a warning.
Right.
Calm down. You know what I'm saying? And the dude didn't want to calm down, man, and he tried to snatch the book from my grandfather, man. Next thing and like my mindset is like, I'm young, I'm like 14. I'm thinking like, hey, let me go over there. I'm gonna beat this guy because you don't talk to my grandfather like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like trying to go because I'm seeing this shit happening. I'm like, yo, let me go over there. And before I even got around the goddamn booth to go his way, dude, tap, tap, tap,
That was it.
and he on the ground, broken nose and all. I said, God, the shit happened so fast, bro.
Yeah.
And my grandfather was in his 80s. I
Yep.
kid you
Yep.
not. It's a true story, dog.
I believe it.
And my grandfather was short. So I see, so you got to consider my view, right? I'm tall. My grandfather's short. He on the other side. The guy is in front of my grandfather. He tall. He like a 6-foot guy. My grandfather 5'5". So I don't see my grandfather when I'm starting to walk there. I'll just see the guy. I see the guy's back. And then as I'm walking, I see him go down.
it.
And then I see my grandfather say, I told you. I told you, man.
That's it.
Because
That's
he
it.
Panamanian, so he came out.
That's
He said, I told you,
That's
man.
it.
I told you not to play with me.
That's it. Listen, you know what the funny thing is? My grandmaster of my dojo is still alive today. Is
Hard.
Tadashi Nakamura. And this man, I think Tadashi Kaicho is, I'm thinking he's close to 80. I know he celebrates a birthday early this year. And this man, since 2001, I started training. After I got mugged, I just started to pick up my training again.
Right.
To stay consistent with it or what have you. And when I tell you, he's the example of what it is to be a martial artist and the skill and the training that this man at that time, you're older, you see these people who will knock you the fuck out.
Man, they are not playing. They are not playing.
It is like Yoda that cane falls by the wayside and something in them just rises up.
Don't play with
and
them.
we're going to rock you out.
Don't play with them. These black belts, bro. These black belts, and like he said, these older black belts.
It's not even about black belts.
Well,
it's
that's
about
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As they get older, they've already achieved the level of black belt. They already achieved the level of expert. I got all the katas. I know all the. You know what I'm saying?
My black belt is nothing compared to his black belt.
Right.
The way that he trained is so different from the way that I trained.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, okay, tell me why. Why you say that?
So if you look at you guys can't see this, but if you look at my knuckles, you can see there's some certain wrinkles in my first two knuckles.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
right, the first two wrinkles. If you were to look at his knuckles, they're swollen,
bro.
They're callous.
Look,
right, they're swollen.
That's what he
callous.
taught me. He taught me how to hit with that.
Exactly. You hit with your first two knuckles. His shit was swollen and calloused, so that when he hit you, he's not going to feel it.
He ain't gonna feel that shit.
You're going to feel it.
My grandfather taught me to do that, and my grandfather used to look at my knuckles, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, man." He said, "Oh yeah, man, you hit somebody." He said, "Don't." He said, "Don't hit them when you hit somebody. Don't hit them." He said, "Hit them right here."
Exactly.
He
when
said,
you do push-ups,
knock them out, man.
We do our push-ups. We do our push-ups on our first two knuckles.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
so TLee, so Yeah, there was a time I had a really good build to my body.
Okay,
We were
okay.
doing push-ups, 100 push-ups at a time and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's how we were trained to
Right.
build up those knuckles. So we
Right.
could knock a motherfucker out when we needed to.
Right. I know TLee over there rolling his eyes. TLee rolling his eyes every time somebody asks him about workout tips. He said, "Nah, I'm chilling."
I'm done with TLee. I'm done with TLee.
Hey,
What's the next question,
Hey,
TLee?
TLee, you pretty strong, man. How can I get stronger? Work out, my nigga. I know. No. We can move on to the. Come on, let's move on. What else we got? Let's talk about something. Is there a topic on hand or something like that? No. Let's not talk about
touch
nothing.
what you wanna
Let's
know.
not talk about nothing deep right now. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked about it.
You
We
back
talked
there
about
smoking?
it.
What's
It
going
sucks.
Yeah,
We talked about the
it's-
internet.
Yeah, it has some pros and has some cons.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that
Whoo! My first project, I was printing CDs, my nigga. So, hey, nigga. Hey, matter of fact, I swear to God, I still got them. I still got some unsold CDs.
I do. And let me tell you what how music has changed so much. So some of the songs that y'all have done goes back to when I first started recording my demo.
I remember you was telling me.
So some of the songs that you guys have done goes back to that time. Okay.
Can I take some of
And
this?
you taking some of that?
Do you want
be
more,
careful.
or-
I'm good. You help yourself. I'm
I don't want to
tipsy
kill
already.
it. I was
Tipsy.
gonna say because I could kill it. It's really it ain't nothing but a
Listen,
swallow left.
listen, I'm not going to say anything.
All right,
I'm just go ahead. All right, that was really selfish of you. Shit.
Damn, why you? Didn't I just ask? Didn't I just ask though?
I'm just.
I just
saying,
asked. I asked because I didn't want to
Someone
be.
told me to bring 2 bottles.
What?
I don't know why they
I
bring
couldn't stop. I got margarita mix upstairs.
That's all right. I was going to bring a margarita mix.
I
was going to bring that.
I
but
got some
anyway.
margarita mix.
Oh God.
How has music changed?
So for me, music has changed in that I see, and this is going to sound mean, but I just see a degrade in skill in musicianship. So when I think about TLee, when I met you,
Yeah.
and understanding that you guys really understand the craft,
Right.
and you understand music, and that you guys put the time in to develop the skill set itself. You know what I'm saying? So now what we're seeing is people who are becoming. I don't want to use the term overnight sensations because of what's happening with the internet. You can get something that's trending and become viral, and the song blows up. And next thing you know, they're on the stage trying to sing this song, and you can see that they don't have any skill whatsoever.
Because they never went through. There's no artist development.
No
They
artist
never-
development. Not
yeah.
only that, let's take it a step
They didn't really
further.
earn their stripes yet.
Not only that, Will, but let's take it a step further. Arts programs in a lot of public schools in particular, they don't have those anymore like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So they're coming out of these schools not really understanding music, not really understanding how to sight read or what notes.
Slick, I can't sight read.
I
I can kind of sight read. It's
my
tough.
skills are rusty,
Yeah.
but I
I can read. I just it's like read
Yeah.
on the fly and stuff.
Are you sure you can read?
Read it on Pahonix. Hook it on
You can't read.
Pahonix
Something's happening.
is working per me.
Something's happening. So when I think about today's talent, and this is not to sound harsh on what I see, I don't see the skill set that for me from when I was coming through.
Yeah.
That's prevalent enough,
Oh.
and that's also because I've surrounded myself, and I come from a music family.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
know what
yeah.
that looks like.
Okay. No, come on. We can just keep
Yeah,
keep talking.
and I think about that kind
but
of
we
stuff.
gotta we gotta be fair though. We gotta be fair though.
There are
Because
some talents.
Okay,
there are
some
some
talent.
talents.
Yeah.
Definitely, but they're far and few between. You know.
Well, I think all right. So, and here's what I feel about music, right? Where I'm starting to know, or where I'm starting to understand, because I've been doing it as long as I've been doing it. I'm starting to realize like this is, and I used to be an athlete, right? Like, well, I'm still an athlete, damn it, but I just don't play. I don't play professionals. Anyway, you get the idea. But what I'm trying to say is,
something.
I come from a very competitive background, competitive mindset. We're in a very objective realm, right? You see where I'm getting at?
I'm trying.
It's very objective. You're either the first or the last. You either suck or you're really good, or you're in the middle, right? Well, music is really not the same. It's subjective. You could suck. You could feel. You could to us suck, right? But be beloved by your demographic or your segment of people that just rock with
And
you.
I have no problem with
and
that.
they like that you suck.
I have no problem with that.
You know what
because
I'm
we
saying?
had those back in our, for me, I'm going to say me, I had those back in my day.
Yeah.
We had those people who you go, whatever the case may be. But when I think about musicianship, when I
Right.
think about quality, when I
Right.
think about the talent pool that today, and I don't want to harp on yesterday, that you can see that the skill is not there. Just in live performances. Let me tell you something, y'all. When I met Will, I met Will before his show, before he performed, and Will was very nice and engaging. And I was like, so he's a performer, okay? Let's see what this man can do. Now I was planning to stay my ass in the house tonight, but I was asked to come out by a mutual acquaintance of ours, and to see you perform. And I normally don't do that because I'm just not interested in what I see, you know. But I came out to see my brother perform, and I was in that audience, and I'm singing along to this man and watching him give me a show, something that many of today's kids cannot do. With
Appreciate
TLee backing him up, playing that music, getting that band together. I can't stand him. Back there doing what he do.
So you want to throw a
TLee,
brick.
right? TLee, celebrated TLee, legendary TLee, a Georgia staple. Regina Bell supporting TLee, Anita Baker supporting
That man
TLee.
that man just
I'm gonna shout him
hopped
out.
off the stage with Anita Baker and just casually just sitting right here. He's just like, yeah, I'm just chilling.
Very good about what he does. But I saw
The legend.
I saw a performer, and I
Appreciate
saw what I say as a showman. These kids don't have that, what you have.
Appreciate it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
They don't have that, and that's where I come from.
Yeah.
Understanding how to work a stage, understanding how to work an audience,
Yeah.
and being able to sing and sound like your album, if not better.
Right. Thank you.
You gave me that.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? Because anytime I'm in the audience and I'm sitting there vibing with you, when I am a specificity motherfucker, I'm going to sit
You say
there
you a
and
who?
go, specificity motherfucker. That's a drunk. Specifically, motherfucker. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say it. I'm judgmental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to music. You can't tell me, TLee, you're not judgmental when it comes to music. You thinking about the music.
Yeah.
I'm judgmental. I'm going to say, is he going to make me?
Musicians are jerks about music.
Downloaded your CD. Right when I was there, I downloaded your CD.
Oh man.
Right in the audience. So
That's
let
love.
me just say that to
That's
you.
love.
So,
Thank you.
right. And that's not to discredit.
We had a good time that night, man.
We had a great time. I was entertained. I'm sitting there, singing all the songs. I'm enjoying it.
There's
It was
videos of it
memorable.
out there too.
People check it out. People check it out. And that's what's missing today.
Yeah.
And I can see that you done paid your dues. You done been performing. You understand the complexities, the dynamics. You know how to work an audience and to engage an audience. Even after performance, y'all, he came and met with people, shook hands, and engaged the audience just beyond not just disappearing into the abyss and getting in the car and driving away. You engaged your fans, and you really made people feel like, oh my God, I'm meeting, this is a star, because you're a star.
Yeah, man.
That's something that's missing today, because everybody is so interested in trying to be a star. Not everybody is a star. Not everybody knows how to perform, and you know how to do that.
I'm humbled by that, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man.
You had TLee backing you up.
Man, listen,
and,
TLee made me sound real good, bro. That's all. Hey, TLee made me sound real good. What? He said, "Why you so violent?" He said, "Why you so violent towards me?" Why you talk to me like that?
Listen, you know what I'm saying. You need to deal whatever issues you got going on. You need to speak to your therapist about that. Don't try to deal with it. You need to speak to your therapist
He
about
trying
that.
to put it on your.
Right?
He trying to put it on your mental health.
Don't put that on me.
He trying to put it on your mental health. Why you do that like that?
Don't put that on me. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yo, don't put it. Hey,
I'm just saying.
Not too much on my brother, man. Not too much.
And let me say, and in all fairness to TLee though, but it's really good because again, meeting the two of you helped, and I was telling a friend of mine, my bestie, this. I think you guys met him briefly. That confidence, you when we talk about someone doing this for an extended period of time,
Right.
and you get to a point where you hear so many no's and you're looking for that one yes.
Right.
And when I got the yeses that I thought was going to take me to the next level, and that didn't happen for me, and it became about doing session work. It became about singing oohs and ahs for people and things like that. And then going, you know what, I'm going to have to change my life because I'm getting older.
Right. I want to be able to, like, my purpose for wanting to do music, wanting to get into music is to invoke the same feelings that I had when I was listening to Luther Vandross and Brian McKnight when I was growing up, and listening to the Shy Lights on Sunday mornings, getting ready to clean up the house and eat Shipley's Donuts. Shout out to Shipley's Donuts in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Tedra know what to say. Hey, Tedra know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She know what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, if you never had a Shipley's Donut, dog,
I need to get one.
You don't know what a donut is.
Listen, my sister's out there. I got to make my way to, was it Houston?
If you like just regular, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. Shipley's, please don't.
Houston?
Yeah, Houston, Texas.
My sister's in Houston.
They got them. It's really just in Houston, though.
That's all right.
It's really just in Houston or around. It's like in Texas, around Texas. Anyway, if you go, you know how like what Krispy Kreme is for Georgia, which I don't know how y'all like Krispy Kreme.
I like Krispy Kreme. Don't you talk about?
I don't know how y'all
man,
like
don't
Krispy.
you be fucking talking about Krispy Kreme, man?
I'm sorry. Listen,
that hot sign is on.
Unpopular opinion. The only thing that I think is dope about Krispy Kreme is that the only thing.
Fucking blasphemy. From New York, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Listen, that's what I'm
Krispy
saying.
Kreme.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. If y'all been eating Krispy Kreme, I'm just telling you.
So I got to make a special trip to go get some of this. Was it Shipley's?
You don't
What's
know.
It called? What's it called?
Shipley's.
All right. So I'm going to hold you to it, homie. I'm going to hold you to it.
L-E-Y.
Okay, we going to see.
Apostrophe S. Let me tell you, I don't even eat donuts like that. But when I go to Houston, whenever I go back home to the H,
eating something.
You see that? Yeah, hey, look. Hey. Whenever I go back to the H.
Motherfucker eat something. Hey. He's up. TLee, no. TLee, Mr. Olympia back there. I can't stand that motherfucker. Mr. Olympia back there. I can't stand it. Tried to show off his goddamn thing in front of me.
My God.
I won this Olympia. Yeah.
Oh my God! Hey, can we shout out TLee real quick so we can vote for him?
Yes.
I don't know if this episode.
Yeah, we gotta vote for TLee.
I don't know if this episode is gonna be up in time for when is the voting over? 6 more days. Another 12. Dang, are we gonna have time?
Yo, if you could just put a clip together so we can shout him
I
out.
I know. We should put it together.
Something.
All right. T, tell me. Give me that. How do we do it? How do we tell them how to get to the link? What's the easiest way? Okay, so the easiest way, so that y'all hear me on the mic, because y'all probably can't hear him unless.
Yeah.
So, on Instagram, you go to @CHILLW, CHILL3, the number 3, the actual number 3, and then go to the link in his bio and vote for him, man. He's in a strongman competition. If y'all don't know, y'all seen T. What is it? It's not strongman. It's a physique competition, ain't it?
It's a muscle.
It's a physique. It's a physique. But don't you nigga the strongman physique?
Muscle man. Right. Muscle
nigga
and Fitness
strong
magazine.
Strongman shit. That nigga.
Get it right. Muscle and Fitness magazine. It was just a big deal. In the
it's definitely a big deal.
In the fitness community.
Definitely a big deal.
This ain't about him.
It definitely a big deal. So @CHILL3, y'all make sure. Look, y'all gotta vote for my guy, man. Vote for him. So that he can be in first place, man, because it's a physique contest. Go look. I'm sure, ladies, go look. I'm sure he got a picture of his shirt.
He'll take anything.
Of his
ladies,
shirt off.
Anybody to vote. Anybody
to vote. Look, Trey said he'll take anything.
So he can win. Am I right? Who you can win. That it don't matter who he can win. Shit, he wants to win.
Hey, his vote is pansexual. I don't know if I like that.
We're not saying you are. Come on now. We ain't saying you are.
Look, hey, your vote is pansexual.
The vote, okay?
Your vote is pansexual.
Do you want everybody to vote for you?
You want any and everybody to vote for you. The vote is pansexual.
You want to vote, right.
So listen, vote for at CHILLW. At Chill3, at Chill3. On Instagram, go at Chill3. This is the last time I say it. At Chill3, go to the link in his bio and vote pansexually. Yeah.
He gonna have a heart attack. God damn it. Oh man, leave that man alone.
Yeah.
You will be.
He'll be all right.
You will be too.
Yo, how are we on time right now?
And if you need some support, just let me know.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, cool.
It's been 52 minutes?
That's great. That's wonderful. We got
God.
we got like another
wow.
like 20 minutes.
You talk a lot.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it going.
Oh my gosh.
Do we really? We gotta talk about something. All right, we gotta keep the.
What's the next question?
Give us something else. Give us something else. Give us something current. Give us something current. What's in the news right now? What's in the news right now, man? We know what's in the news right now. It's a lot of negative.
What's going on?
I know, but we'll cut this out. I'm saying that on the mic so that I know when to cut it out.
Okay, give me something fun.
Okay, here's something fun. What we talking about? Oh, snap.
Shit.
Ooh, shower songs. Yo, that's going to be a segment. Ted, just shout out to you. That's a song. Hey, what's your shower song? That's going to be our segment. We're going to ask all our guests that. That just became a thing, just like that.
Oh, Will, come on now. Shit. I sing my song in the goddamn shower.
Okay.
That's what I sing in the shower.
What song? Which one?
Talk to me. Shit.
Talk to me.
Right.
Talk to me. You got to give us something. Did you?
I gotta give what you say, TLee? I didn't hear it. What you say? I did. Yeah, I gave y'all something already. I sing my song.
A 5, a 6, a 1, 2, 3. Head ass.
Your friends say I treat you wrong, man. Y'all know I'm a ham. Now come on now, shit. Y'all, you know I'm ready. Look,
he was ready for this.
I'm old school. I'm telling you. You know back in the day when your parents would say, well, you're going to be in the business. You got to be able to drop it when they tell you to drop it. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's how we are in the black community. You got to, TLee, am I wrong? You got to be able to drop it.
You're not lying.
I'm going to drop it. I'm going to show you. And it's live, not Memorex. It's live, not Memorex. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I asked about this. That's why I asked, did they make you perform right then and there? Because
I had a band. I had to pull it together.
We come from that.
That's what you do.
Come from that. Oh, you sing?
Sing, motherfucker. Sing. You know what I'm saying? And it's serious. And if you come from a family of singers like I did, you will be judged, and you will be let know if you can sing or not. And that's just how it was. So you tell me to sing. I've been performing since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? My first gig as a kid, I was playing Santa Claus. Yeah. And at the time, we were stationed in Germany. My father was in the military. And I had what was called a sing-off competition with a guy. We were both going back and forth. And I was feeding Guy his lines. Yeah. He didn't know his lines. He didn't know anything. And I remember the teacher. I'll never forget who she was because her name was Miss Carson. And she was from the Carolinas, South Carolina to be specific. And she had big hair. And she had, and I'm going to say this, she had an hourglass figure. And all I could think was she was just a beautiful woman. And she said to me, oh, you can't keep feeding him his lines. He has to know his lines on his own. And then we had the sing-off. And I sealed the deal with the sing-off. Right. They had never had a black Santa Claus on this Army base before as a little kid. And I was about 6, 7 years old when I did this. And I can remember it vividly like it was yesterday. And that's when it hit me that I enjoyed performing at that time.
Santa got godlike powers. That mean he black.
Listen. Go ahead. Listen. I felt bad for the kid because he didn't know what he was up against. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I didn't know what I had. My mother did.
Right.
But I didn't know what I had. I just was singing. I was just doing what I like to do. And that would grow later on, especially in high school, when I was in all the performances, all the teachers coming to me, hey, can you sing at this benefit? Can you sing at this show? I'm performing in plays and I'm doing this, that, and the other, or what have you. And everything just ballooned, you
Right.
know. I recognized early on, I said, well, you know what? After my parents decided to settle in Michigan, that I knew Michigan wasn't going to be the place that I would get to where I wanted to be professionally, you know. And a buddy of mine who was supposed to travel with me to LA, because I thought, I'm going to go to LA because that's where you become, you know, you get your chops and things of that nature.
Right.
And at the time, I'm going to say his name.
Okay.
Warren Scott.
Okay.
You know, sweetheart, he wanted to be a comedic actor.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. And at that time, I said, you know, I'm not going to drive my Ford Festiva. I'm aging myself again. Ford Festiva.
I ain't never heard of that.
Exactly. And fuck you for saying that.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Yo, a Ford Festiva.
It was a Ford Festiva. TLee, you heard of a Ford Festiva? See, you
Damn.
So
Yo.
the Ford Festiva was a little box, and it was my most reliable car
It's a little
ever.
box.
It was a little box. It was my most reliable
Ford
car
and
ever.
reliable don't go together.
Listen, at that time, that Festiva, I'm telling you. So I didn't want to make that trip on my own, so I ended up going to New York City.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing that could have happened to me, moving to New York City, because when you move to New York City, it is about the work and it's about developing the skill set. It's not about becoming a star. It's about having a career. And when I think about you and I think about TLee, y'all have careers in the business. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, it wasn't about getting rich and famous. It was about having a career.
Right.
And that started that process for me. That really started that process for me. And bumming around town, singing everywhere, doing what I had to do to make things happen for myself, and doing what artists do.
Yeah.
Paying your dues, you know.
Got to pay your dues.
You got to pay your dues. Learning how to work that stage, learning how to perform, how to go into a studio and sing and do harmonies and all that.
Hey, do you remember what your thought was?
Well, I was about to say, what were we talking about before we were rudely interrupted by Tedra, who was taking me up, and she caught me in mid-mouth.
Mid-mouth.
I got stuck.
Trey, talk to us about what you got coming up, man. What's going on, man?
Well, thanks to what I call my production team.
Hey.
Because and my team. That's what I affectionately call you all, my team, which includes Tedra as well. Tedra, Chris back here behind the scenes mixing the ones and the twos. We have
Miss Chris. I was like, I was so confused just now.
What was it? You Miss Chris? What's going on?
No,
okay, all right. What the hell's going on?
That's my mama.
Yeah. I'm losing my mind here. I'm drunk.
The song.
So Sweet Helen Side is a shut up. Y'all shut up. Little Richard, shut up. The project that we worked on that we came together with, which is really great, the EP, Sweet Helen Side.
Yes, Sweet Helen Side.
And our lead single is Talk to Me.
Talk to Me.
Which is a wonderful single that actually one of the last songs that you guys produced for me.
Yeah.
And I'd given you 2 songs to do, and for some reason you felt that song a lot more.
Yo, that was a cool moment.
Right. It was a very good moment. You said, no, I like this song more, Trey.
Oh, can we talk about that moment real quick?
Yeah.
So Trey sent us, me and T, two records, right? And I had heard and one record was to an acapella, and one record was to a beat that somebody else made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was just letting us hear the scratch vocals. And I listened to the first one, and then we all had a conversation. And when in that conversation, I was like, "Yo, I like this one. We can do this. You know what I'm saying? I like this one. We can do this. Let's figure this out." I haven't heard the other one though. You know, it's an acapella. Everybody, you know, and y'all was like, "Go listen to the other one," and I was like, "All right, let me go listen to the other one." You know, and I listened to the other one, and immediately I was like, "Yo,
that's the one.
That's the one."
And the funny thing about it, and what I liked about it is that you flipped it, because initially, and so that you all know, the way that I sang this song and that scratch vocal was Why you talk to me like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It was very opie dopey
Yeah,
sad,
yeah.
but you speeded it up,
Facts.
and you guys gave it this great production around it, and you punched it up. So of course I'm going to the studio. Friends say I treat you wrong, and it just
Facts.
came together
Yeah,
really
man.
well. So
yeah, it felt really
yeah.
good. I like that record. So that record is coming out, and it's coming out. When is it coming out?
It's coming out right now. We're saying July 29th. That's what we're talking about right now.
Do we say July? We pushed it back?
We pushed it back.
We pushed it back even
It
further?
was either it was July 22nd or July 29th. So we thought July 29th. I thought that's what
July
we agreed
29th.
upon.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Hey, man, I'm on your time.
We
man.
could always change it up.
Good for you, dog.
What do you think of Tetra? Miss Tetra? I see.
Summer song, man. We gotta get that. We gotta get that joint out.
we
We gotta get that joint out, man. We gotta get it out.
We do got to get it out.
gotta get it out.
And
You gotta
I
get it
think
out.
let me just say this: one of the things about what I like about this song is that it's a throwback, but it is today.
No, I love it.
And I think that everybody that has heard the song, and when you hear the song, when y'all hear it,
Yeah.
y'all gonna immediately vibe with it because it is something that you're gonna be. It sounds familiar, but it's new.
And really and truly, July 29th, it don't matter. I think it fits any time of the year.
carry
It works.
on.
It's a good
It's gonna
song.
carry.
I really do, man. I'm proud of you, man. You really did a good job with that song.
No,
man. I
I'm
really
proud
am.
of y'all. Y'all gave
really
me the
am.
motivation to sing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gave me.
Listen,
y'all
no,
put that time in with me.
You commissioned us.
I like that.
Hey, you commissioned
I
us.
commissioned. Y'all heard that right.
To do some work, and you know what I'm saying. And we did what we do, and you did what you did, man. And I'm proud of you for that, man, because you like I said, there's a couple times you could have walked out. You could have even after I said, "Come on back."
It was.
You could have said, "Fuck you."
It was there. You know what I'm
and
saying?
You came on back, man.
I came, and it wasn't just that because you gave me the motivation to do it. And let me say something about this business. There's a few things you need in anything in life in general. You need support, and sometimes you need people to believe in you. Even when you think that you believe in yourself and that's just enough, sometimes that's just not enough. So when you have people, especially since y'all are in the business more than I am these days,
Right.
to say, Trade, you can do this, that gave me that extra, all right, motherfucker, get in here and do it, do what you got to do. Yeah. So I'm humbled by that, and I'll ever be grateful. No matter what happens or what comes from this project, I'm forever going to be in debt to you and TLee for that, because y'all came through.
Tell the people where they can find you, Trey. Where we at?
I am on all the social medias, thanks to Tetra, my girl over there. Trade Stevens Music at Facebook, TradeStevens.com, Trade Stevens Twitter, Trade Stevens Instagram. Just put in Trade Stevens, you're gonna find me.
Yeah,
that's it. It's there. The music is there. You're gonna see some old stuff. You got old stuff that I had from back in the day. I released an independent project called Something. Yeah. A couple of songs from that CD was licensed into some music, movies and things like that. And for me, it's about the lyrics. It's about the music. It's about being creative. Yeah. And y'all gave that to me again. Yeah, man. Thank you. Hey, and for those of y'all that are probably asking the question, it's Stevens with a V. Yeah. Thank you. Stevens with a V. Oh yes. Yeah, I got you, man. I've been doing this a while. a while, man. That's it. Making sure that you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that they know how to get to where you at. Because it is a V. Shout it out one more time. How do we get to you? Trade Stevens with a V. TRADE with a V. Stevens. And that's on all social. That's on all social. Y'all tap in with my man. Talk to Me coming July 29th. Yes. That's the single produced by CHILLW Productions. Stop playing with me. I need to say stop playing the fuck with me. That's what that is. Stop playing the fuck with me. You know what I'm talking about? That's what that is. Am I Atlanta voice? You know what I'm saying? Atlanta got to go. I had to come to Atlanta to find the right team. Man. My production team, I'll share them with y'all. But my production team, I'll share them with y'all. Yeah. But I had to come to Atlanta to find the talent that I needed to make sure that the magic. Man, I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Stevens. Hey. Forever a brother. Shout out to my brother back there in the back, TLee, a.k.a. Chill. Tedra on the production coordinator.
She back there doing her thing. I know y'all can't see her, but let me
Ones
let
and
y'all know she
twos.
is influential on everything that we do. And my name is Will. Shout out to on the way out, we just gonna say, man, hey, anytime y'all want, man, anytime y'all feel, pull up on CHILLW.
Yes.
I just created that. Hey, you
That's
like
what's
that?
up. You know what? A friend say I treat you wrong. I made you a happy home. I gave you all your heart desire.
Sing us out, Trey.
I called you weak, you called me tired. Why you have to be? I can't. Y'all got me out the house doing shows tonight. Jesus God, oh, goodness Christ.